Hello, everybody. Let me just move this here. Let me adjust just a bit. There. There. Nope. 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 Yep. Okay. It's the last day of the GAMA Expo. Actually, it's not last day. It ended last night. The exhibit hall closed around 5 or so. I went through, I placed a lot of orders for a lot of new stuff. So you guys are going to be seeing over the next month or so, a lot of new stuff popping up in the store. We got a lot of insight into some of the new games coming out, which there are going to be a ton. They've been, all through COVID, there really wasn't a lot of new game releases. I think they were all kind of holding them close to the chest and waiting. And that's going to explode in a tidal wave of new games. And they're starting to do a lot more retailer incentive type stuff also, which is good, because most of the time we pass that on to you guys. You know what? There was too much light on my face. So yeah, like I said, yesterday was the last day for the exhibit hall. Wednesday, it was like a half day in exhibit hall. Yesterday was from early on. So yesterday I went down early. I grabbed Mr. McKinley and Mr. Quintana, and we went through the exhibit hall booth by booth, and got them to show us all their new upcoming stuff, and any kind of incentives they had. And then we kind of had a little quorum off to the side what we should order from that company, what we shouldn't. A lot of that stuff is on pre-order, set to come out over the next few months. Some of it is available. Others had been available, and I guess we just didn't know about them, and I had to back order some of it. There was probably a handful of items, maybe 10, 12, that I was not able to find through distribution. But I've got all those companies' cards, and they all offer direct purchase. So we can always go. If I can't find it through distribution, by the time I get home Monday, I'll be home tonight. It's Friday night. But by Monday, when they all open again and they're all back to the office, if I can't find it through distro, I'll just call and get a direct account with those places, and we'll bring some of that stuff in. Like I said, yes, this year was the year of multi-level games. One of those that looks really good coming out of the op is Mountains for Molehills. I told you about that before. It's got a raised portion in the middle board. You had the moles underneath who are digging, which cause, if you know about moles, they call those little molehills on the top. That game looked good. There was a game from Smirk and Dagger. They had a killer show special, which was, anything you order, if you order X number of them, you got one free demo game for the store of each one of those things. Plus, if you hit a certain number, you would get free shipping. We did that because shipping right now is crazy. Sometimes you pay as much or more for shipping than you do for the actual products. It's crazy. So we'll be getting, and the Spill is an oil rig game from Smirk and Dagger. And I played it a little bit. It's really interesting game. It's about an oil derrick that is leaking oil, and it's causing a lot of environmental damage and harm, and you're trying to stop it. Pretty cool. There was another one more on their cutesy side. It's called Boop. I mean, the name alone is cute, and it's you have cats on your bed, and as a new cat jumps on, it bounces the other ones away. But you're trying to get three kittens in a row, and once you get three kittens in a row, you upgrade that to a adult cat, and the adult cats can't be bounced. So you're trying to get, it's a little bit of strategy, but it's really a lot more fun, and everybody seems to love cats. If you put cats in your game, you're due to you're bound to do well. So we got some of the Boop. We got some I can't remember the name of Night Cage or something. It was a really kind of spooky, creepy game, man, where the candle is melting and you're trying to find your way through a this unlit maze with your candle. I played it a little bit and it was really, if you like horror type stuff, this game's right up your alley. The artwork is really, really horror esque, man. It's cool. It's a really cool game, especially if you like that type of stuff. Uh, See, we also, like I said, we went booth by booth, and there were quite a few booths and booths. And at each booth, we would debate whether or not we were going to get the stuff from them, and then they would try to their salespeople would try to talk us into it, and they would show us all this other things, and but we ended up ordering quite a bit. Root, if you like the Root board game, they now have a Root RPG. So yeah, that's going to be different, and I think we ordered a bunch of that stuff too. So if you like Root and you like RPGs, hey, we got the game for you. Um, Trying to think of all of our other big buys. There was a company called U Gears, which is they make the wooden models that you put together. Uh, but but now they've added uh, movement to them. So like they have these rubber bands for tension. You wind them up, turn them on, and I know the dragon, its wings will flap, and there's other ones where things move around. The cars, you can actually wind up and they'll go across the road or across the floor. Unless you're playing on the road, I guess it'll go across the road. And there's one car you can set to drift, so it'll Tokyo drift on you once you wind it up. They also had some really cool uh, wooden craft dice boxes and dice towers. They had the little marble chase thing. A lot of really cool stuff. And I talked to other retailers because I was kind of on the fence on that, and they said they brought it in and it sold like crazy. So we're working on that. I'm not working on it. I ordered it. I just don't know how long it's going to take to get in. And on top of that, it's a Ukrainian company, so you're helping to somewhat support Ukraine. Uh, we also got caught up with Game Right. Game Right also they make. I think just about every game Game Right makes is good. I've not seen them make a bad game. Uh, I don't remember if them being at Gamma before because they were really pushing their toy line, their toys section before, and they I think they finally figured out, hey, our games are really good. Let's push the games. So we finally got them. I ordered direct from them because it seems like their stuff is always not in distribution or it's not showing up in the warehouses for some reason, even though they say it's there. So I just bypassed distribution and we ordered direct. So we're going to be getting finally getting Trash Pandas back in stock. We're going to be getting Abandon All Artichokes. Everybody loved that game. They have a new game that's kind of like a mix between it's like a betting type bingo game. Uh, Super Mega Lucky Box, I think it's called. Um, and Happy City. We ordered quite a bit from Game Right because their stuff is just crazy. They also make Dragonwood, Dragon Realm, the Forbidden series, a lot of good stuff, but we already have those and stuff. So getting a lot of stuff from Game Right. We talked to, we went and looked at Phone Brain, and they have like the higher quality dice sets, and um, which means they're a little more expensive. So we already carry a ton of Chessex dice. We have that dice spinner that holds like 600 dice sets, but we don't really have anything that any type of metal type dice or any high quality. Don't get me wrong, Chessex is really good quality. I'm talking about like extremely high quality, like comparing a Mustang to a Lamborghini type thing. So these dice are really cool, really great designs, and we're going to look at maybe bringing in a couple sets of those to test the water, see if anybody's interested in them. They also make enamel pins. I don't know if you guys are, PIN pins, like you stick to your shirt with a little backer on it. Um, we're debating about bringing those in. Not sure. Maybe even bringing in some custom ones with our logo on it for you all. Where else? Oh, we went to Dragon Shield. Um, Trying to work with Dragon Shield to incorporate our store as part of their lore and get them to give us some really big Dragon Shield decoration for the store. Because we have a lot of empty wall space, we can put a 10-foot by 20-foot big freaking dragon up there, and we'll be okay. And so we're looking at that. The games at USA Oply, we ordered a ton and pre-ordered a ton of stuff from USA Oply. They have, for you Avatar fans, they're doing the Rising series, but they're doing it for Fire Nation. So it's Avatar Fire Nation Rising. Looks really good. They're getting a lot of brands, South Park Munchkin. The big one is Disney Sorcerers Arena. So we ordered, pretty good on that because they have like a 7-year commitment with Disney, which is, for the OP, that's pretty big. Venn, they have another game called Venn based on Venn diagrams. You have to see it. We'll have a demo of it, so Danny will be able to demo it and show you. Speaking of Danny demoing, we're looking at ways to make game night viable for the store. I really want to keep game night going, but I don't want it to turn into just a place that you only come to the store once a week to play free games and then you go home. That does us no good. The idea of game night for us is you get to come in and you get to pretty much demo any game we have in there, and it's like a try before you buy. See if you like it. You don't have to worry about the rules because Danny is like Rain Man with game rules, and he knows most of them off the top of his head, and if not, he can do a quick read and he's back up to speed. So he can get you playing the game, even the most complex game, within minutes to where you're playing it correctly. But that only works because Danny doesn't work for free. He wants to be paid when he comes into this. So we gotta be able to justify that to the accountant, that it's worthwhile. Because if he's doing all these demo games, but yet board game sales aren't increasing, or people are not, or at least even staying the same, it's not worth it. So we kicked around a few ideas this week that we're going to try to implement. We're going to try to do some more event type stuff. Maybe some raffles of games out of the demo library that we either have multiple copies of or we just don't use anymore. So there's going to be that. And, we talked about on the raffles, we talked about you getting an entry ticket for different things. Like if you demo a game for somebody during game night, we'll give you a ticket to the raffle. If you, I don't know, win a game during game night, we'll give you a raffle ticket. Or you can just come in and buy a raffle ticket to get thrown in there to try to win the game, depending on how bad you want to win that game. That's one of the ideas we kicked around. Also, I know some of these places are starting to make OP kits again, organized play kits or event kits. Those really only work if it's for a game that people like. A lot of these lesser known games, yeah, they're doing event kits and OP kits, but nobody, if you don't own that game or you've never played the game, you don't care about the game, people just don't seem to care, to earn some kind of special promo for a game they don't care. I mean, it makes sense. They need to care about the game. So a lot of the bigger companies right now, they're still not, we're coming out of COVID. We're on the downhill slope, and we couldn't do a lot of organized play before. So, OP kits and event kits were an afterthought. But now that we're coming out of COVID, a lot of them are starting to get back on the bandwagon. That being said, if they don't have an event kit or OP kit, we explored the possibility of maybe making our own OP kit for that. And the first one is going to be probably Ticket to Ride. We got a full set of these really cool little plastic trains. If you ever played Ticket to Ride, they have all those little wooden blocks that represent trains. Well, somebody went out and made the same size trains, really for that size, really highly detailed, man, of all these different classical trains, all the way back to the old smokestack type trains. So we're thinking, we can do something like that, and the winner of a Ticket to Ride type tournament get the trains, or get a 10 train, because they come in like a little Altoids looking style 10. And because who wouldn't want to bust out Ticket to Ride with some really cool looking trains on there? And that'll do two things. You can win the trains for free, which are, I think each set is like $25. Plus, we will be able to gauge the interest, and we can order those trains. If you wanted the full set for if you wanted to bling out your Ticket to Ride game at home, you could do that. Because that would look, Ticket to Ride looks pretty amazing anyway, but if you got actual train little models on there, be the envy of your friends, man. I'd get some serious nerd cred. So, we're looking at making different OP kits, event kits of our own. And for others, we're kicking around maybe making a special card, or, if they had the little acrylic stand characters for the game. It might not be, if we make it, it might not be official, and we'd have to, definitely have to disclose that. But it'd be something cool you could throw in your game to play at home, because now they're moving away from, a lot of them are doing the little cardboard punch outs that you put in the little plastic standee. A lot of them are still doing that, but a lot of them are also going to the acrylics. So, we're thinking maybe make a Zia Comics mascot character with that cardboard punch out, or with the acrylic, that we can award during whatever game that is. We're also looking at awarding, getting store coins made up, and having those, be worth, X number of in-store dollars. Like if you win the tournament, you get this Zia Comics coin that is actually worth, has value, that you could trade it in for, however much store credit. Or you can just choose to keep the coin and just have it be your little bragging piece in your wallet. Up to you. Different things like that. Or if you guys have ideas for event kit type stuff, or for organized play during board game night, let us know, because we really want to keep board game night going. It does well to help bring new people in, but like I said, it needs to bring those new people in, or it needs to make our current players want to spend money in the store. Because, as much as we love to have it, we're not a charity. I got to keep the lights on. That part of the store needs to earn its keep, or else, we'll have to turn it all into retail. The organized play and game stuff has to earn its keep. It needs to earn its place in the store or be replaced. So if all you game players, if you're listening and you have ideas, dude, we're all ears. But those are some of the ideas we had, going around, and we could, any of these little accessories that we can customize to Zia Comics, we can throw those in as event kit types. The pricing for these organized play things doesn't necessarily have to be something for that game. It could be just something, branded from the store that is a limited number of things. Like I said, like with a coin or maybe a pen. We can even get, things made up. Little trophy. We can get little trophies like we do for the puzzle tournament. The year end of year winner gets the trophy with the little puzzle piece on top, saying that they were the puzzle tournament for that year. Just little stuff like that. It just kind of adds that extra layer of cool to it. That being said, like I said, we ordered. I spent a good couple hours while I was sitting here watching the Aggies game last night. That I had to stream on my iPad because it wasn't on TV here. I streamed the game, watched the game while I was doing orders, and I started maybe an hour before the game, and I finished up all my orders just shortly before the end of the game. So I got to watch that last couple minutes, which were the best minutes. The whole game was good, because I had it to the side and I was glancing at it as I was doing orders. Aggies game was amazing. I won tens of dollars, man. I think it was $35 I won total, which I'm not a big gambler, not a big betting guy, but it was the Aggies and I was in Reno, so why not, man? Every time we come to Reno, and when we went to Vegas, even I placed bets on the Aggies one because it's always during March Madness. So I always place bets, and this is the first time it's paid off. It's come close a couple of times. They almost beat Texas, they almost beat Auburn. The rest of the time they kind of got blown out, but they lost to Auburn by a point last time, and Auburn was they made it pretty deep in the tournament. So I didn't bet on the Aggies for the next game because I'm not going to be here to collect, and I don't know if I can hold on to that thing for a whole year without losing it. And I don't even know, it might time out. I don't know what the expiration is to turn those in, but I think the Aggies have a good shot. I think they can actually beat. Who they end up? It was. I think we're gonna play Arkansas. Yeah, I think Arkansas won that game last night. Okay, I've been rambling for about 20 minutes. I need to go jump in the shower and change and catch the shuttle to the airport so that I can fly back to. Flying back to El Paso and then driving to Las Cruces. So. I will definitely see you guys back in store Monday. I don't think I'm going to be going in on the weekend, but maybe. Who knows? Definitely on Monday. I got a lot of stuff I want to implement in the store, procedural wise. Just a couple different things. Nothing really big. I think the employees are doing a great job, and if you guys are in there and you happen to think about it, thank the employees, man, because they're the ones who are making the store run day to day while I'm doing all the admin stuff or coming to places like this to get more knowledge for the retail side. But they're the boots on the ground making it happen. So if you think about it, give them a thanks. They deserve it. Especially Susie and Triune, who've been with us forever. They can probably finish my sentences for me. Yeah, dude. Other than that, like I said, we're going to be getting a lot of new cool games. We're going to kind of look at restructuring game night. We're going to change some of the procedures in the store, which will be invisible to you, but I think it'll make things run smoother. And wow, yeah, I guess that's it. So until next time, or at least until Monday, because I don't plan on going live again until then. There we go. Later, nerds.